Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're tuning in. It's a little bit rainy here today, so I hung up this flower tapestry behind me, and I'm shooting it. It looks like I kind of have like this beautiful wig or something of or like flowers are exploding out of my head. I don't know. I don't know. Just thought I'd bring you some extra joy and, brighten the day up, at least on this end. Super gray skies. So, hi everybody. I had a different topic in mind to talk to you about today, but then one of my readers wrote in, so I figured we'd just answer that. I love when you have questions. I love when you're looking for more suggestions, and if I have any tools to offer, I'm there. I'm there for you. This one comes in from Elena, and she had just watched the video I made earlier this week called Heart Medicine, and she wrote and she says, "Hi Crystal, it's Elena. I'm happy to see you tapping in. Thank you into your magnificence. Thank you, Elena. I grew up. I had to grow to a much more harmonious relationship with myself, but sometimes old patterns of rejection trigger me, and I get caught up on self-judgment. I feel so off. What to do with it? Any suggestions?" So. Okay. First off, I think all of us have these old patterns and triggers inside of us, and some people are a little bit more in tune with what they are and when they're being triggered. Other people shove them down or kind of self-destruct or emote on others in some not very nice ways. So, Elena, amazing question. Thank you for writing in. I wanted to start with this. If you're feeling a little off, the more people I talk to, especially this season, that's going on. And it's moved up to an extreme level where some days feel fantastic and some days you're barely even wanting to get out of bed. If you're experiencing any of this or this wide spectrum of feeling, know that you're definitely not alone. And right now, especially, all these old patterns, all this stuff is being triggered. And why that is there's transition happening inside and out. And what happens is any density, anything that we've suppressed, anything that we've ignored, or anything that felt like pain points, almost like if someone could stab you and you've got this wound here and it's covered up, but it's never been healed. It's never, these things are coming up and out to be healed. So if you have a tremendous amount of feeling and are feeling like, wow, what do I do with this? It's all right. It's okay that you've got a tremendous amount of feeling going on. I'm not saying it feels great. Believe me, I feel things all the time that don't feel so great. But to look at it and be like, okay, this isn't here to hurt me. This is actually something moving up and out. So my suggestion to you, Elena, in just talking about old patterns of rejection and them being triggered, it is that exact moment. I had this beautiful conversation with a friend of mine last night, and she was remarking, she said, how many women do you know that that love and accept all of themselves? And I said, I can't think of a single one. You ask any woman, even the most gorgeous woman, what don't they like about themselves? And they have something, most of us. I haven't met, and if you've met someone who doesn't have anything negative to say about themselves, send them my way, because there's some good juju. But we were talking, and I think from the time we were young, we kind of have this imprint of that we are not enough, and these feelings of rejection. So our lenses to begin with they get a little shattered, right? And when something happens in our lives that's unexpected, or our heart can feel kind of shattered too. So with this holiday season, there's a lot of that feeling coming up. I know a lot of people aren't even wanting to celebrate. And, let's go back to thinking about what we do and what does matter. I had this beautiful conversation last night about the same thing, and these are a lot of the ideas that we were tossing around. So Barbara, if you're out there, awesome, here you go. This is for you too. When we feel triggered in that exact moment, if you can capture that moment instead of going, okay, I feel something, right? 3/4 of us still slip into reaction mode. But if you can go, all right, I feel something. Wow, this person across from me is triggering something that's very, very painful, or this action, this thing that just happened is triggering, like, this happened when I was young, and oh, I hate it, and it's still sitting inside. That is the exact moment to take those like big arms of love and wrap them around yourself and be like, you know what? It's time for me to release this. Because if these feelings of pain are sitting inside, I'm gonna hold myself right now, but instead of just holding and like, oh, it'll be okay. No, it's time to release this with love. So many things have happened in our lives, and when we hold on to them and hold on to the pain, we're the ones holding on with the poison. So for this simple act of, I don't want this poison in my body anymore, and I really want a better quality of life, I'm gonna choose to release these old triggers, and I'm gonna send them off. You know, I'm just gonna ask Spirit, Great Source, God, whoever your creator is, or just, you know, I'm gonna speak to that spark inside of me and say, please take this. And imagine you're just going, here, I'm gonna love this free so I can be more free, so I can live a more radiant life filled with love. And that love's got to start from within. So if you feel triggered by other people's actions, just know that when we stand loving that self within, it's something that's very rooted. It's something that can't, you know, nobody can take that love away from us. That love is here. And so when we come to see ourselves with clearer eyes, that's it. You know, let me see, Elena, is there any other thing you asked here? Another thing when we're getting caught up on self-judgment, you know, sometimes I have to look around and I'd be like, does that tree does that tree out there, is it judging that its branches like this? You know, or that it's like hanging off on one side, or that it's like shooting? Is it going, wow, I'm reaching too high, and people are saying, don't grow, don't grow? It's like, no, it's what I do. I'm a tree, I'm a being, you're a being, we grow. And as we grow, it's natural to think, so this is a reframe, that we're naturally going to be shedding the old. And some of those old imprints, they feel bad, but if we don't identify to them, if we can actually look at them and be like, ugh, I hate that, yuck, yuck, yuck. And I'm gonna, okay, you know what, I'm gonna bless this one free. I'm gonna release this. You can actually, I like to close my eyes and I like to imagine that I have, if it's moving up and out, I like to give it away. But if it's something I feel very attached onto from the past, you know, I imagine like this sword of light, just cutting it, you know, like some people like to call it an Archangel Michael, some people do all kinds of, you know, but whatever that is, cut the cord. If it's someone that you have this negative attachment to, cut the cord and then seal it with light, or call back that energy and power to you. You know, we're living in right now where things are being stirred up, and a lot of people are feeling helpless and depressed. And you know, with the season too, it's like this is a season of giving, but we don't want to give. We don't want to give because a lot of us, we've run away from holding ourselves. So start here and really go, okay. And then if you're too trapped up in that mind of like, oh, I'm suffering, and oh, then go do something for someone else. Because that's a very, very quick way to move yourself out of the way from yourself, and then you just keep, it switches it into another reframe of mind. You know, so if you're having a hard time getting out of bed, my suggestion to you is just take one foot in front of the other and think of like, what's one thing I can do? You know, I had another conversation last night. I'm like, go buy one box of twinkle lights and just hang them up, because you know what, things that twinkle, they make me smile. I don't know. they remind me of something warm. It feels like a big hug. So I hope those suggestions help, Elena. There's plenty more here, but just wanted to send you all a beautiful wish for an amazing day and tell you, if you're feeling down and out, you know what, take a deep breath, take one step out of that heavy and go do something, maybe get outside, or take one deep breath, feel all that weight and release it. It's not yours. You're here to be free. You're here to move. You're here to let that spark shine. And I'm here to help you do it any way that I can. So I love y'all very much. Have a beautiful day. tune in. If you have other suggestions too for Elena, I know there's a lot of amazing healers and great minds out there. Type underneath, send some ideas. You know, how do we move out of those feelings of self-rejection when you're getting triggered and all that kind of stuff. So, la la la. Sending you all a ton of love and wishes that that you see as much beauty in yourself as I see in you. So, love you all. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.